Welcome to Stuff Lovers. We still don't have a theme song. Our friend who was making us the theme song went to Los Angeles, so I don't know if that's ever going to happen, actually.
Are there going to be lyrics to it?
There are lyrics to it.
What are the lyrics?
I have them written somewhere. It's like...
Can you hum it?
It's like... God damn it. Let me just play the recording. It's on my phone. I can find it really quick, because I sent it to... It's my friend Riley, who's supposed to have done this. Well, I'm not, like, chastising it. I don't know. Whatever.
This is very professional.
I asked him to do it.
You're setting a precipice.
It's super professional, you know? It's like some guests wait till they're introduced to talk. I'm just kidding. It's fine. Where the hell? Okay. You know what? Whatever. It's like, shit. I sent it to him on Facebook. I wish I could remember these lyrics, guys. They're pretty great lyrics. It's like, you're going to be like, whoa. Are the Beatles back alive again?
Are we keeping all this?
Yes, we could keep all of this. It's very pertinent to Game of Thrones. I have not texted him that much in the last... Okay, here it is. Okay. It's like, I don't even remember the tune, though. It's, if you love stuff, but love's not enough, let's have a discussion about your obsession. We got you covered because we're stuff lovers. It's something like that.
Can I see that?
Yes. Okay. Don't message my friend Riley.
You said it was related to Game of Thrones?
No, that's the theme song for our podcast.
Okay. If you love stuff, but love's not enough, let's have a discussion about your obsession. We got you covered, because we're stuff lovers.
Now sing it to the tune of Reigns of Castamere.
How's that one go?
I don't know. How does Reigns of Castamere go?
If you love stuff, but love's not
that sad violin from the Red Wedding in the background.
Yeah,
just imagine that right here.
The Winterfell cello.
Winterfell cello, is that what that's called?
That's what he said. No,
okay. I should probably introduce our guests today. We are here with...
Why didn't you introduce us at the beginning?
Because that's how it works, Fred. I should have explained that to you, I guess.
Good job.
Okay.
How much am I getting paid for this?
A big $0. -$9, in fact.
-9.
To be exact, because of that Vietnamese that you bought me. Okay, so this is Fred Saez?
Not even close.
I feel like you told me how to pronounce it once, but it's something I don't...
Yes, just before.
I don't say your last name. It's weird, because I just say Fred.
Well, I guess no one will ever know now.
You're the only Fred I know. Well, yeah, we're here with the only Fred left on Earth. So, how do you pronounce it?
Well, I kind of don't want to say it now, out of principle.
Okay, alright. I'm sure it was.
You're preparing for me as a guest. And you don't even bother to learn my full name.
I'm going to Google how to pronounce this name right now, actually, because I do feel very bad. This is like, you know, one of those dreams where you go to school.
That's not right at all.
And...
Saez.
Saez. Wait. Pronunciation. How to say or pronounce Saez.
Saez.
Okay. Well, Fred Saez is here, everyone, okay? Alright.
The truth is that it's very much like Stephen Colbert.
Submitted from Argentina. Is it an Argentinian name?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's what the website just told me. I'm sorry. Wait, there's a little video that says how to pronounce it.
Go ahead, play it.
Let's see if it...
Pronouncenames.com.
That's just a website, I guess?
Saez.
Saez. He's just going to repeat it like 4 times. This is 30 seconds long. Okay, enough of that. Alright, so our second guest today is
Well, we haven't still finished talking about me, have we?
We haven't. Okay, Fred's an author and a drawer and
No.
He's an artist.
Thank you.
He's an artist, and he's also going to Japan soon. So we're saying farewell to him. And now you know exactly Fred's whereabouts if you are looking for that. Do you have any debt collectors after you, Fred?
None.
They're going to listen to this podcast and get all the juice that they need.
You'll probably send me yours.
Is there
That's
any?
how this relationship seems to be going.
Is there any title that I'm forgetting for you? I guess we could. Should we talk about where you guys actually work too during the day?
Actually,
Where you actually work? No. Yes. I mean, I don't think that Fred cares because he's leaving soon, so it doesn't matter.
It's completely, it doesn't matter. It's like unnecessary. I don't want people to track me down.
Yeah, that's true.
All of my fans.
Yeah, all of the Tumblrers and the shoppers on the internet who buy your goods.
Biggest people on earth.
But our second guest.
Oh, hold on. Okay, so you said my name, and you said my hobbies.
Yes,
and
but well, not your hobbies.
My occupation.
Your occupation.
But you still haven't told them my address.
Well, okay, that's
haven't
true.
told them my phone number.
But listen, I just want to like sprinkle a little bit out there for anyone who's trying to hunt you down, like any stalkers.
I do just want to. You can go ahead and continue to the next guest, but I just want to start out by saying that I'm incredibly insulted. Continue.
Okay.
Go on. Okay.
All right, let's move on to our next guest. She's a wonderful human being and a philanthropist.
I just want to say that she has been very patient.
And she has been. It's true. Her hair is.
Shut the fuck up, Fred.
Her hair's in a bun, and she's ready. I don't know what that has to do with anything. It's just visual for you. Jordan Dooms, everyone, the wonderful author of. I really want to say the title that we were talking about.
Go ahead.
What is it exactly again?
It's My Daddy's Tentacles.
My Daddy's Tentacles. She's the author of My Daddy's Tentacles.
Yeah.
So if you found her through that, you're welcome, right?
Oh, good.
That came from the bottom of your heart. Yeah, so Jordan and Fred are here today. And we have a little bit of a rapport. We hang out, and Fred beats us in board games and lords it over us. That's our rapport.
Remotely accurate.
Except for that one time that I think I won Clue. And then there was another time Jordan won Clue.
I won Clue.
It was a grand day.
Can you tell them about our first time playing Ticket to Ride?
No, I'm not going to talk about the first time we played Ticket to Ride. That was such a terrible night.
I enjoyed it.
It was actually very, it's kind of Games of Thrones the way that you guys turned on me.
I could not stop laughing in your face.
It was awful.
I got a free booze out of it.
For those who don't know, Ticket to Ride is a train game where you build trains across the United States. If it sounds nerdy and stupid, it's because it is nerdy and stupid. But it's also a lot of fun. And we were playing it, and I was about to connect like all 8 of my routes that I needed to connect by like connecting Houston to Dallas or something. And there were 2 slots to go from Houston to Dallas, and Fred bought Jordan with like a beer or something and convinced her to do it. No, wait, I think also part of the bargain was she got to punch Fred, right?
I haven't punched him yet, but tonight I think
You-
is
Was that
definitely
it?
the night.
Wasn't it 2 beers?
I feel like a punch or a slap was in there.
A punch or a slap. And
There
I
was a
think
punch
it's
involved.
The day because it's the last opportunity. I can do it at your going away party, but I'm not sure they'll go.
You should do it at the going away party. Because,
In front of everyone.
yeah. Alright, well, anyway, enough of that. We're here today to talk about Game of Thrones and A Song of Ice and Fire.
It only took us 12 minutes to
Which,
get to it.
no, it only took us
Only
9 minutes and 46 seconds, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're here now, though. We're at the plot of the thick of it. But we're talking about this today. I'm glad I'm talking to both of you because both of you guys have read the books and seen the show,
3 years ago.
I 30 years ago, you read the books or saw the
3
show?
years ago.
Oh, you read the books.
I
Well, yeah,
haven't
but...
for 2 years.
Oh, my
But we know.
God.
We know. We've been here.
Damn. Wow, guys. You're slacking.
I
No,
know.
those books are so... I mean... I couldn't get it. I started to read them, and I just... There's just, like, a lot of the stuff happened on the show, and then also I'm like, books. And so there's a little bit of both
Weren't
of
you a
that.
librarian?
Yes,
Sometime.
for a brief time I did work at a library, and I gave great DVD recommendations. But no,
Every time somebody asked for books, is that how you would say books to them?
that probably did happen a couple of times. Anytime people would ask me for book recommendations, I would go, and then just like never stop going, until they left the desk with nothing. Anyway, so we're talking about Game of Thrones, The Song of Ice and Fire. I have not read the books. Ben has read like part of...
I read 250 pages of A Feast for Crows.
Wow, that's
Wait, just
very,
that
And
I'm very proud of you,
because
Ben.
after the show
That was
had
the
got up
worst
to that
one to
part.
say.
Listen, Ben, it took Ben like, I
it is
think,
terrible.
7 years to get through. Which Anne Rice book was that? Was that Interview with a Vampire, or was that...
Oh no.
Prince Lestat. Jesus Christ.
Prince Lestat, Jesus Christ. Anne Rice is later.
Which? Oh, the
Christian
Witching
Grey.
Hour. It wasn't even one of the vampire ones. The
There,
Witching
one
Hour
of those
just
Anne
took
Rice
me
books, I swear,
so
took you
long.
forever, too. But it doesn't matter.
I'm an extremely slow reader.
Yeah, me too.
And, I
I'm-
live with it.
I'm usually a slow reader unless I can get into something, and then I'm like, wow. But no, it took me like a year to read the Charles Schulz biography, so.
Every time I ask you, you're like, I'm reading.
The Charles Schulz biography. I watch a lot of television, okay? So yeah, I haven't read the books, but I have read the wikis, so I know a lot about the books. My relationship with Game of Thrones, my mom early on spoiled everything for me. Like, she couldn't hold it in. She watched the first episode and then was like, oh, I'm going to read these books. So she went and read all the goddamn books. I'm pretty sure, like, before the second episode even came out, she, like, read all of them. She reads a lot. And so the second episode came out, and, like, she was already like, I'm pissed. I hate this show. I don't even want to watch it. So my mom, like, never got into the show because she got all the fulfillment from out of the books. And so she had all this secret shit that I didn't know, because I got into it around season 2, and then one time, a dark day at a diner, she was like, I really want to tell you who dies. And I was like, all right, Mom, tell me. And she, like, unloaded all the deaths that hadn't happened in the show yet. And I was like, so what's happening to this character and this character? And she rants. She's very pissed about the Jon Snow business. Yeah, I guess I should say for those worried about spoilers that we're probably going to talk about everything up to the current point in Game of Thrones and Song of Ice and Fire. So
About Jon Snow?
she's really mad about Jon Snow dying. She thought Jon Snow was definitely dead and was like, it was one of those, why does he have to kill all the characters I love?
What's his
Rants.
name? George R. R. Martin said he's definitely not dead.
I mean, maybe.
He's definitely not.
Here, I'm gonna move this a little bit
Can you
closer.
hear me?
Jordan, you have a whisper
What was
voice.
that?
I think that was your vape.
Oh, my God.
Shit, girl.
I don't want to be the guy in the fedora.
You
That was
can't.
definitely not your bonk. The vape.
It was the
The
vape.
cylindrical vape. With a big mouth opening.
Jordan does carry her bong everywhere she goes. So what can we
Bring
say?
a bong along. That's what it is.
Every time you knock on her house, she'll open a door with a bong in hand. And just be completely open.
Yeah, she walks from house to house, in fact, and hands bongs out to people. That's
With a leash on it.
She's a legend around these parts, actually. But anyway, so Game of Thrones is a thing, and it's great. So yeah, Fred and Jordan are fans of it. It's Game of Thrones. It's easy to be a fan of it because it's so rich with things to enjoy, and there's things you can gloss over while you enjoy this other aspect of the story. Whatever. There's lots of shit going on, and it's cool that you guys have read the books because there are differences, and there's definitely stuff that comes up in the books that doesn't come up in the show, and there's stuff that comes up in the show that doesn't in the books. You know, everyone knows that if they're into Game of Thrones. But so yeah, I want to start from the beginning where we always start. We start with your guys' fan history. So I'm gonna ask you guys. I'll go back and forth, I guess. So I'll start with Fred. When did you get?
Stop talking.
That might be true. I feel like he would have been offended if I started with you, so I started with him.
Well,
So-
I'm offended that you had to.
Are you offended that I would have thought you would be offended?
Exactly.
But, okay, see, I can't win.
This is
This
this is bullshit.
is bullshit.
Jordan.
You just throw all the microphones off the table and leave. Okay, so when did you get into A Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones? Did you watch the show first or the books first? Tell us from the beginning.
Oh, am I going?
Jordan, go ahead
Oh,
first.
okay. I read the books first, and I started reading them because Ben started reading them, my fiance, and he was like, "You would like this. It has incest in it." And so I was like, "Yeah, that's
All
my,
right.
my favorite literary element of all time."
Mm-hmm.
So I started reading them.
Yeah. Well, incest is a very
Normal thing.
it's a what's the style of writing that you like a lot? Is Gothic? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Yes.
It is very
Gothic.
Gothic, right? Incest
It
comes
really
up. I was
is.
gonna say it
Incest
comes up in that.
everywhere.
Yeah, and not just incest, but twincest,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is double the trouble
Double the fun.
because it's even weirder. I feel like that you're born to. I mean, I'm a twin, so I feel like it's super weird, but yeah.
Super weird because it's not written very well. It's not to your standards.
No, it's super. I mean, it's weirder than incest because like I have a twin sister and I know like what it's like to have a twin sister, and it's even weirder to me to imagine myself being with her than I guess my brother, which I don't know. I don't know why I've compared these scenarios in my head of incest, but yeah. But okay, so you were into that. You were down with the incest. Was the show on at this point, Jordan, or?
No, it wasn't. I think I started reading it maybe a year before the show came on.
Oh.
And when it started, I was really excited, but I watched the first couple of episodes and they were super boring, so I stopped for a while.
Oh, yeah, I mean that's how I felt like I was with early Game of Thrones. I watched part of the first season, and then I didn't revisit it until a friend and I were in a hotel, and it was on the TV, and we watched like the whole last of the first season when Ned gets decapitated and all that shit goes down, and I was like, oh, damn, Game of Thrones. You know, it's like Game of Thrones is always like, I don't know, like a candy that has like a weird flavor, but you're into it, and you're like, I don't know if I feel okay about this. But
it's like candy that has like a sugar coating. You're like, ooh, this is gonna be very sweet, and then you bite into it, and it's nothing
good.
but bird bones.
No, no, it's not nothing but bird bones. But it's I feel like it's like Subway. You're like, Subway's awful, and then you go to Subway and you're like, fuck, god damn it, Subway's good. That's not true. I never thought Game of Thrones was awful. I just didn't know if it was for me. I was like, well, fantasy, you know, it's a genre crossover hit. That's what Ben Wyatt says on Parks and Recreation. So. About Game of Thrones, yeah.
I love fantasy.
It is. It's actually not that bad. My problem with fantasy before was it's very a lot of it's male dominated and sort of like it's wizards and like
Game of Thrones
swords, phallic and Game of Thrones isn't. I mean, it's male dominated, but there are lots and lots of female characters. So it's a male dominated world, I guess, and they're shedding light on that sort of by having so many female characters and exploring what it means to be a female in that world. So, okay, I don't want to linger too long. So, Fred, when did you get into Game of Thrones? Did you read the books first, too, or?
No, what had happened was that... I was looking for a new TV show to start, so I started looking around to see if I could pirate anything. And I just grabbed a whole list of shows that premiered that previous week, and I saw the title Game of Thrones, and I thought, you know what, I want something fantastic. And I just went ahead and I downloaded the first episode without looking anything into it, and I watched it, and I got to the part where Bran is pushed off the window.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have to see these people die. I have to see Queen Cersei and what's his name?
Jamie.
I have to see them get killed. I will watch this until they die, then I'll stop watching.
That's really the hook, that last scene in the first episode where Cersei and Jamie push Bran out. Because I remember also really enjoying that and being like, oh, damn! This ain't your mother's Lord of the Rings. This is like fucking insanity. They pushed a child out of a window. Like
That was more shocking to you than the incest?
Well, the incest is shocking for sure, but I was also HBO, so I was like, okay, HBO, like, we get it. You're HBO.
You're incest HBO. It's not
I mean, I'm much more okay with incest than pushing children out of windows.
That's a very...
I don't know,
actually,
if you have to pick,
Can we have that printed as a quote on a t-shirt? For you to wear?
Yeah, you can sell that in the Stuff Lovers store. I'm much more into incest than children being pushed out of windows, Ben.
2015.
So, do you always, like, when you look early for shows, do you always pirate them, Fred, or do you,
No.
So this was serendipitous. It
Yes.
just come out, and you were like, oh, okay, alright.
It's a couple show. And then I finished the first season, and Queen Cersei was still alive by the end of the first season. And that was not
That was not optimal.
okay with me.
Yeah.
So that's when I started reading the books.
Oh, because you wanted to know.
And
more
she's
and more.
still not dead, babe.
She's
still
still
not
not dead.
She's good.
She's still alive.
She's going to last until the very last book.
I'm sure you got to Maggie's prophecy
She's
and
a
you were
great
like,
villain.
God fucking damn it. I have to wait for all these other people to
Fuckers.
die?
Yeah, okay, Maggie's prophecy, just so it's clear. A prophet, no, a gypsy.
Yeah,
a
it's like
witch.
she's a fortune teller basically, and Cersei visits her as a child, and she tells Cersei that she will be queen someday, and she'll have 3 children, and her husband will have 16 children, and Maggie also tells her that all of her children will be kings and queens, but they will all die before she does, and she will be overtaken by a younger, prettier queen, and she'll be killed by her Valancourt.
So we're just waiting for Tommen to die.
Well, yeah, that's true, because Marcella's dead. I mean, I guess it's not
Was she?
official, but...
Yeah, she's
Were
dead.
you the one who was like, is Marcella... I had a conversation with someone recently, and they were like, I don't know, you know. The Red Witch was on that boat. No, I'm just kidding. I'm referring to the Red Witch being at the north, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
I love her.
That's what everybody's reply is when you're like, Jon Snow's dead, but the Red Witch was there. Okay. So, well, I mean, I don't think we know she's there in the show. Because she deserts Stannis, but it doesn't show her showing up at the wall, right? I don't think it ever shows her at the wall, does it? Okay. All right, well, then she's totally there.
She shows up and then...
Because in the book, she's just there.
Smuggler. He sees her by herself and realizes that something's wrong with Stannis.
Oh.
And then they dropped it. They didn't show us anything.
I love it how she just
she's
like...
dead in the show.
Stannis is dead in the show. I love the Red Witch and how like she's so ambivalent to the ending of Stannis. She was like, yeah, he guess he's not Sora Hine. She just rode off on a horse. I was like, get it, girl. All right, so. So what moment do you guys feel like you decided you really liked Game of Thrones? Like that it was something that you were into, like that hooked you? Would you say, I guess it would be that first episode when the Cersei and Jaime thing? I guess you've already answered this, Fred. What about you, Jordan?
I think that's probably right, because the rest
You were the incest. You had me at incest.
I was like, I know they're going to pop it, I gotta watch it. Yeah. I knew.
And there's such a variety of incest. There's an incestual history to go through with the Targaryens.
It's everywhere.
It's all over the
It's
damn
my
place.
favorite book.
What is it with blondes and incest?
That's a good question.
We have to share a picture of Jordan right now so that people know. She's a bun in her hair and she's vaping. Very visual.
Towel.
And I've drank a bottle of wine.
Yeah. I have water. You have what is that?
Water.
I didn't get water.
And she has an entire fucking bottle.
I might borrow some of her wine to.
Not even a glass to pour the wine.
Can I have a drink of your wine? This cupcake. This is like. Is Cersei like a white wine woman, or she's more like a red
always
wine?
has red wine.
She's like a bitter bitch.
I got this in case you wanted some. Because you don't like red wine.
Ooh, so you drink the wine of Cersei Lannister. You like the red wine.
Oh, yeah, I like red.
Okay, well, good. It's always like...
I love Cersei Lannister.
Cersei, I love her too. She's fucking amazing.
She's so great.
She's hilarious, and... she's also depressing. She's a very... I mean, I guess that's how every character is on Game of Thrones. They're like, pretty complex. Like, even the good character... Like, the ones that are so-called good, like Arya and Tyrion, have, like, moments where they're morally, where you're like...
Is there any character more pathetic than Queen Cersei?
That's a good question.
Sansa keeps getting
Sansa, I feel like Sansa's like she's the butt monkey of Game of Thrones. Like, Sansa just keeps getting
bad shit
fucked over. And it's like now she has like two divergent fucked over storylines, from the book and the show. So
yeah. And then Theon.
Yeah, well, Theon
applies.
Yeah, but also Theon was kind of a wiener. So I was like, maybe you shouldn't have had a wiener, Theon.
And now he doesn't even have one.
Yeah.
Poor Theon.
And he felt up his sister. That was
That's
saw,
my favorite scene.
It's the best.
I
love how she just grins. She's just like, you fucking idiot. You're fine.
I saw the great meme some time ago. It was comparing Star Wars to Game of Thrones, and it was one image of Anakin Skywalker, and he's like screaming, and the text says, "My hand was cut off," and it was a picture of Jaime Lannister, and the text read, "My hand has been cut off," and a picture of Luke Skywalker, and the text says, "My hand has been cut off," and then a picture of Theon Grey, and he's just dead serious, and there's no text underneath him.
Oh. I can't believe his penis got cut off. I feel like he didn't deserve that, though.
It didn't just get cut off.
Yeah, that's true.
Do they go into details on the book? It wasn't
no,
really...
but it is said that he flayed off. He got flayed off.
Yeah.
So wait, it got flayed off and then cut off? Or...
Yeah, maybe it was just shaved all the way off. I don't know, but...
So he still has it?
It was flayed.
It's just a...
You can just keep flaying.
I mean, if they left it I don't know. If they just left like half a dick,
like this much, like the
like the little, like the shell of a dick.
It's just a. It's just a template.
I'm sure he would bleed out. But yeah, so Theon's super grody. So the next question I have for you guys is, how do your family and friends feel about your love for Game of Thrones? You family and friends that are into it, that get it, or I know, Ben likes it, right?
Ben likes it, but he doesn't understand why I like it as much as I like it.
Oh, really?
I don't like the show that much. It's not, anywhere near being my favorite, but I've read the books like 3 times each.
The books are in the scale of things. You
right.
like the books more than the show.
Right.
Okay. Fred?
I don't...
Your family... Oh, you said that you showed your mom it, didn't you?
Yes, I gave my mom and my stepfather the first season, and it took them 9 months to watch it, and they said they liked it. But it took them too long to get to season 2, and they forgot everything, and so they'll never watch it again.
That's the problem with it. I mean, honestly, though, I don't know. I didn't forget everything. It's always like I don't know. Like, you start watching it and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And then, like, the more you watch it, the more you're dipped in, so you get it. But those early seasons, I had that too. Because I think when it came back in season 3, I was like, and I put it off watching like the premiere for like 3 or 4 weeks, and then I had like 3 episodes.
It's gotten to the point where it would be easier to follow the storyline of the Bible.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
a little confusing.
There's a lot going on.
It's very intricate.
I always find that there's just a lot of names to always be recalling when I'm in conversations about it. I'm like,
we have 40 pages of
that girl that hangs out with, that girl that hangs out with Samwell, her name's Gilly, that's right, okay, how can I forget that? But sometimes, you're like Grandma Roseface, I just, call her, like, Nun, sometimes.
Grandma Roseface.
Grandma Rose Nun. But yeah, Fred brought a comprehensive Wikipedia-approved, Wikipedia-made list of Game of Thrones characters, or Song of Ice and Fire characters, so there's no composite characters in there.
One of the most frustrating, like in terms of characters, is the fact that they might mention it in one book and then they have a very big role 4 books later.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
It's they should have footnotes.
Oh, what was that guy's
I'm
name
sure.
from the last book? Or it wasn't Martell.
Tyrell. I always
He was
put Tyrell and
very,
Martell
very
in my
fat
head together because they
who
both are.
pretended to be siding with the Lannisters, and he arrested Davos and was about to execute
Oh,
him.
That was a Manderley.
The Manderleys. Yeah. The Manderleys are fat.
Wyman Manderley.
Uh-huh.
The Manderleys are not on the television
Yeah,
show
because
if
he
you
sent Rickon and...
have watched the TV show. I don't think any of the Manderleys have been on the TV show, have they?
I do not think so.
Yeah, they have cut them.
But they have been in the previous books, but usually they're just mentioned. Like Ned Stark talks to Caitlin and says, "Send this message out to
The
Manderley. Tell Wyman blah 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 blah." And then 4 books later, he's devising a huge, plot against the Lannisters, and he hires Davos.
The Manderleys they're chill, right? Because they're like, they're like, we remember the Noath or whatever.
Yeah. They're the guys going around.
They want to fuck the phrase over after the Red Wedding. The Manderleys are cool, and if you're casting any Manderleys, I know a fat guy who would be down to play one. HBO, if you're listening. Okay, so you guys, I don't know how necessarily nerdy fans you are of Game of Thrones, but what would you say the nerdiest fan thing you've done for Game of Thrones is? Like, is there like a moment you had, or like, I don't know, any fan fiction you guys have written?
Have a problem?
Well, yes, maybe. It depends on how deep it goes. Like, I don't know, like, have you ever dressed up as any of the characters? Have you ever written any, like, fan fiction? Have you ever fantasized about having a romantic date with Tywin Lannister?
Yeah, Tywin Lannister.
Jordan does
all
have a
of them.
crush.
I was thinking Jorah Mormont.
No, please.
Oh, hell no. No.
The biggest piss baby.
No.
in
He
the
is
show.
such a piss baby. No, but Jordan, I remember, you have an affinity for Tywin, and you also used to like Littlefinger, but I don't know if you still feel that
Did
way.
I used to like
One
Littlefinger?
time.
No,
Like,
he's a great character.
yeah.
And so is Lars.
But I think you were like a little bit into it.
That's
I don't know.
because he's really sleazy and I'm into it.
Yeah, it was like, I don't even remember. I was like complaining about, because I think the thing had just happened where he took Sansa, and I always complain about that because he's like, in another world, you would be or in a better world, you'd be my child, and then he like kisses her immediately.
That was not.
Which is the creepiest come on ever. In another world, or in a better world, you'd be my child. What in the fucking world? Jesus Christ. I just watched that again the other day, too.
Oh, we used to do video.
Yeah, that's right. I Snapchatted that moment. And I was like,
Why am I drinking an entire bottle?
because it's Wednesday night. It's hump day. Get down on hump day.
You're the designated driver.
Also in honor of Game of Thrones, well, I guess that's more Mad Men where everyone's drunk all the time, but Game of Thrones has alcohol too, so...
Yeah, that's the reason.
That's the reason.
I'm Cersei today.
But have you done anything, Fred, that you feel is nerdy? Have you done any art of Game of Thrones ever?
No.
Oh, wow, okay. Alright, well, cool.
Sorry to burst your bubble.
No, it's fine.
You
I
were
just want to
hoping
make
for
sure.
porn. I could tell you were trying to dig for it. It's like, did you draw a couple Game of Thrones nipples?
What characters would you draw if you could draw 2 Game of Thrones characters in making passionate love?
Making passionate love.
Yes.
I would do Brienne of Tarth.
Oh.
Yes. And
I like how Jordan's phone liked that. It was like, oh yeah! Brienne of Tarth and who?
Brienne of Tarth and the blind Targaryen from the Night's Watch.
What? Aemon?
Yeah, it's like
Okay. I don't even, I'm trying to imagine this scene. I'm imagining, Brienne being like, it's okay, man. I'll show you everything.
I'll show you everything.
I know you're blind, but I'll show you everything.
And he's like, Egg? Egg, is that you?
Egg? And then it's just another, rape scene from Game of Thrones. Brienne rapes it. Okay.
Oh my god, Samwise watches from the corner.
Samwise? You mean Samwell?
Oh, Samwell.
Samwise. I get it. Lord of the
Samwise.
Rings. Yeah.
Easy.
Okay. So, next question for you guys. Is there anything that you've ever felt you wanted to, you don't like about Game of Thrones or you would want to change about it? Like any plot points, any characters, has there been any things that you were like, I wish I could tweak this or change this?
I'll let you go first.
Bran could be way more interesting.
That is true.
There's so much potential and it's not
I
there.
feel exactly the same way.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it's, from the books, my mom's always complaining about his chapters. She's like, Bran's just busy, turning into a tree. That's literally quote for quote my mom ranted one day to me. She was like, Bran's turning into a tree.
He's just being dragged around on a sled or something.
Riding Hodor's back.
The snow, yeah.
I kind of get the impression that he's one of the most important characters being built up, and the build up to it just sucks.
It's just, it's very slow. I mean, I feel like the show has spiced it up a little bit by putting him, because he's always, witnessing Jon Snow do stuff for some reason. I guess it's only happened, twice, but, okay, that's weird.
Jojen died. Oh, he got attacked by those, legend of
Yeah,
Zelda
Jojen got
skeletons.
killed by the skeletons. But Jojen also might be dead in the books because he hasn't been seen for a while, and, Bran's eating some soup, and
Yeah, exactly.
some fans' theory was that he was eating Jojen.
What?
Yeah, and so when the show happened, they think that Jojen's death helps supports the theory, and they think that they're going back to scoop up Jojen because he exploded with a bomb. So he thinks that's, what do they call the children? Children of the Forest?
The Children of the Forest, yeah.
They think the Children of the Forest went back, scooped up Jojen, gunk, and then they're feeding it to Bran.
Yeah. That brings me something that I would change about the show / the books, and that would be that we need to fucking see the Reed abode. What is it called? The floating castle in the swamp that the Reeds are from.
Oh, it's
There's
super
so many places that they talk up. And
Yeah, they talk about, but this place is a moving goddamn city in a swamp. That sounds so rad. That sounds like you walk in there and it's just the bar from Star Wars. It's I don't know the Star Wars music. What is it? That has a name too. The whatever.
Most
I feel like you know.
Cantina song.
The Cantina song. That's probably what I'm thinking.
Its own name. I don't know.
There's a song, and that's playing when you walk into the floating swamp castle. Which all the other characters are the Reeds are, I don't know, somebody is you can't find it, it's hard to find, so it'll show up though eventually, especially if Mira's has anything to say about it. Okay, but no, so there's nothing that you guys would change now about the books.
Do you have any more?
No, that's all I can think of.
Oh, okay. Cersei would be dead in your version already.
That's so hateful.
Well, I would change a lot of things, starting from Feast of Quo and forward. One thing being much less Cersei chapters. There was way too many Cersei.
I'm just imagining Fred sending a copy of his A Song of Ice and Fire books to George R. R. Martin with red proofread marks, and the Cersei chapters just have X's.
But some of the things I would want to change are the storylines. I think Tyrion's storyline bothers me a lot.
Oh yeah.
And it was after he was rescued by Jamie, and then he goes off to meet with these people on the boat, and the story sets you up into thinking that he's going to meet Daenerys Targaryen and team up with her. And when you read that, like, oh my god, that's such a good idea, because they've never interacted before, and their characters are so far away that you never even considered them ever even meeting.
It's like, you know.
And then now they might be working on the same side. That was so fantastic to read in the beginning, and it got me so excited. And then as his chapters progress, he just kept getting stalled by one thing after another. And nothing ever happened in his story.
Of course. For those who haven't read the books, that's the books. Tyrion and Daenerys have not met in the books yet. And Daenerys has done the dragon thing where she flew away and burnt the people. So all of that happened, but Tyrion hasn't even, like, gotten to... I mean, he's aware Daenerys is, but they haven't, like, had a conversation about Westeros or whatever. And I agree with that, and I think that's the show was like, okay, no, we're not going to have some stupid subplot where you're on a ship with another midget and a little person, or like that's not going to happen. So that was definitely worth the change, I think. Yeah. I feel like a lot of the changes they've made have been okay. Some of the sexual assaults feel fucked up. But I don't want to say the ends justify the means with the sexual assaults, but I feel like that's always my argument. Because when Sansa got raped, that was a big thing. Because Sansa's not even with Ramsay in the book. So people were really upset about that. Because that was like the third or fourth rape in the last couple of seasons. And that was controversial to fans. But I feel like, I don't want to defend it, but I also think that... it's going to pay back eventually. Like, I feel like it's just part of Sansa's story, and, like, you know, being victimized and raped and stuff, that happens to a lot of people. So it's interesting that they're showing it, and I'm hoping that Sansa has some form of happiness coming at some point where it's, I don't know. I don't want to see Sansa just, like, fucking shaggy dogged. Like,
okay. Let's talk about that real quick, because that's something that happened in the TV show. It was something that the TV writers did, where Littlefinger gives Sansa to the Boltons.
Yeah.
And everything about that is just bad. In terms of writing. For one thing, is the fact that Sansa went through this experience already with Joffrey, and now her storyline is circling. She's doing the exact same thing. 3-4 seasons later?
Yeah, it's sort of the same thing. But this time, I feel like she's handled things a little bit differently, in that she's more in control of the situation than she was in King's Landing.
Not even close.
Not completely, but she's like, at this point, I mean, with her fleeing and stuff, that was her making her own call. When she fled King's Landing, that wasn't really her choice. Like, she was being forced along. So, but yeah, I agree with you. Part of my problem with that was they did this reveal where it was like Sansa's going to have her own agency this season, and she's got black hair now, and she's like going to get him back or whatever. So I'm hoping that the next season there is some payoff for that. And the reason why I think they might have done that replay of the whole her being treated like shit is because Sansa doesn't get a chance to kill Joffrey. Joffrey's killed by other people. And so she doesn't get that revenge chance with him. So it might maybe they were thinking it was interesting for her to have a sort of like redemption, fuck you, revenge plot for somebody else. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't know.
It doesn't seem like it's going that way, considering she jumped off the wall of the castle
with Theon.
So she died, she survived, and she's going to escape.
The North remembers.
She'll just go right back inside the castle. The
North, I don't know. I mean, who knows? Sansa could be. I do not know. I feel like they're setting her up though to have a sort of her own, because she hasn't had a moment yet where she's like, okay, I'm gonna make a decision right now. She's been growing the last few seasons and not really. She's been doing what she's been told. So.
And I don't agree. I don't like in the previous season. It ended with her being revealed all in black, She was supposed to be like this new badass.
She's darker.
Now
It's her
she's
goth phase.
under the tutelage of Littlefinger. And then, this season happened, and she went straight back to being the previous Sansa. Maybe slightly less, I don't know, pathetic.
She was
But
definitely more resistant, and she was in Winterfell. I don't know. There were differences, but yeah, I agree with you a little bit. It was, I don't know if it was completely worth it. As long as it pays off, I feel like it's okay.
When it first happened, when she was being sold to the Boltons, I thought that she would have Roose Bolton around her little finger, and it would show us all the things that she learned from Littlefinger and how to manipulate, control people. That didn't happen.
I'm so glad that Littlefinger didn't rub off on her, though. Because I hate
Do you like Littlefinger in the TV show? Because I hate him in the
No,
TV
not
show.
in the TV show. He's such a great character, but in the TV show, he's just slimy.
Yeah.
They could have.
He's slimy and dumber.
Yeah, exactly. He's nowhere near, I don't know, as essential in
As
the
calculated.
TV show as he is in the book.
Like, in the story, when he comes up with these plots, he
Mhm.
figures out everything, and he figures out how to get away with it. And
Yeah.
in the TV show, they have those same plots, but then they tweak it so that he fucks it up, and he has to be safe. Okay, so, like,
Well, he didn't fuck up
when he killed
Lysa.
Lysa,
Yeah.
in the book, he had a bard in the room with him,
Yeah, and the
then he
bard
pinned
kills. Yeah.
Yeah, he pinned the blame
yeah.
on the bard. But in the TV show, there was no bard. So when they questioned him and asked for any kind of evidence because they think that he was actually the one to kill him, he kind of got stunned and didn't know how to reply. And you realize he didn't think that completely through. And it wasn't until Sansa spoke up and saved him. So if Sansa hadn't made that decision on her own, Littlefinger would have been screwed.
That and I don't know. The thing that I liked about that at the time was that it gave Sansa a chance to play the game. But like you said, I mean, it hasn't completely paid off because she just was sent to another hellhole where she's being treated like shit. So I don't know.
I wonder when she's gonna die.
Sansa, I know.
She's the next major, isn't she?
I don't
Wouldn't you
know
think
if
so?
she'll
I
die.
don't think so.
Who's
She-
the next then?
I mean, I don't
Cersei
know.
could be it. She's not doing
Cersei,
well.
Tommen's still alive.
She's not a villain.
But for how
she's
long?
not a villain at all. And she started out as one, but she's not anymore. So what's her place?
Cersei?
Yeah,
She's not a villain?
she's not a villain.
Well, Cersei could have a redemption
She
thing like
wasn't even
Jaime
a villain
does.
in the first place.
What are you
Because
talking
Jaime has
about?
the whole
What else
redemption.
has she done but thrown him out the window?
Cersei?
Like, she's a badass. She's manipulative, but she does everything for her children. She's not a villain. She's just like an obsessed mother.
Yeah.
Destroying the Lannister.
Well, that's true. I mean,
but,
Cersei
like,
has a
wasn't
lot
that
of.
great?
She has a lot of shit that's. I mean, she's obviously not like perfect, but she has had a lot of shit in her life that. Like, I mean, that prophecy would have fucked me over too if I got that when I was a kid. So.
So besides all the shit that she does to people, like in her own family, besides trying to imprison her son's wife, the queen, what else has she done?
She's just.
She has reasons
Awful.
for everything. I mean, she's manipulative and stuff.
She was
but
rude to
she's
Sansa.
She's no worse than half the men that
She-
are supposed to be heroes.
She was super rude to Sansa at first because she thought
Super
Sansa was the prophecy, and then
She,
Marjorie came
bribes
and she was the
other
new
people
prophecy. Whatever.
to-
It's not either one of
She's
them.
just
What was it?
being. Yeah, it's probably Daenerys.
It is definitely Daenerys.
Anyway.
She bribed people to lie in court in order to kill her brother.
That's the best.
That's so
She's
cool.
so great.
She's my hero. I just watched the Oberyn fight. It was on, but also it was because Fred, you listed it as one of your moments. I think when we were talking that you enjoyed.
No, I didn't enjoy it. But it, like, when I read it, I read it first before I watched it. I was in the break room at the library, and I was going past my break time because I was reading that chapter, and I was literally standing up and pacing back and forth in the room, trying to read through this chapter as quickly as possible because I was legitimately worried for Oberyn, and I needed to know if he was going to be okay, and plus I hated the Mountain, and I really wanted him to die, and
Did you stay over on your break time?
yeah, Yeah, so as I'm reading the chapter and I'm reading that, the mountain's being struck over and over again, like, I just wasn't, I felt like this is too good to be true.
Yeah.
And, like, I could see it coming. I was begging. I remember how I was just begging to myself in my head, please don't do this. And it happened.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. I remember I knew about it because of my mom, and also wikis. I've read the wikis too. Those spoil things my mom did. But I remember watching it I think we watched it together, Ben, and you were like completely caught off guard by it.
I was like emotionally drained for like 2 days.
Yeah, I remember
that.
that.
Oh my God.
You were so sad.
We went and saw Days of Future Past, and I was like, I just don't want to see any violence right now.
You just watched a man's head get crushed.
Oh, his screams during that scene. That haunted me.
Jesus Christ. That was, but what I was gonna say was Cersei's smirk is so perfect.
So
after Oberyn gets killed, it cuts to Cersei and she just gives that perfect smirk.
She's so good at that.
Can we talk about how perfect? What is the name of that actress who plays Cersei? Lena Headey. Yeah, I love her. She's great. I'm not so sure about the girl who plays Emilia Clarke, but
I
love
want to say
Emilia Clarke is the worst actress.
everyone thinks she's a terrible actor.
She's terrible.
Emilia Clarke is who?
Daenerys.
She looks like,
She dated Seth MacFarlane, so.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did for like several years. She dated Brian the dog. Daenerys Targaryen and Brian the dog were an item, everyone. Daenerys Targaryen and Stewie Griffin were an item. But no, because we need to move on.
Beep boop. We've had a technical difficulty yet again. We will now jump forward into the episode where we are in the middle of playing a game.
Okay, this one is a good one, Jordan.
Fuck, I'm not gonna do it.
The fortune teller tells Cersei that she will be queen until a younger, prettier queen comes along to take her throne. All of her children will be kings and queens, and that she will be killed by her little brother or her Valancourt.
That's only the book.
Yes, you got my trick question. I wanted to put a trick question in, and that was the trickiest. The trick is that in the TV show, Maggie never says the little brother prophecy.
Oh yeah.
She says everything but the little brother prophecy. So, which is strange to me because I'm like,
Yeah,
That's pretty important.
that seems like it's going to be a pretty big deviation.
Yeah,
So.
because with the book, some people have theorized that it's not even her little brother.
It could be anyone's little brother. Yeah, there's.
Could be anyone.
Yeah.
But like, I think the most popular theory that it's gonna be Jaime, because she was born before.
Yeah,
Jaime.
that's true. I mean, I think that's the most popular theory because Tyrion just seems too obvious. But it could be Tyrion. I don't know. If it was Tyrion, it'd be fucking awesome. Although, I want them to have like a fucking Jedi, like lightsaber showdown, like Tyrion and Cersei. I want it to be like a fucking knuckles out fucking fight. I want to see him like come at her like a goddamn fucking daredevil, fucking Tasmanian devil. That's because he's short, but also because he's fucking crazy.
So in the book, it was that she was going to be choked by her little brother, I believe.
Yeah, choked to death.
Everybody's.
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be great if it was just Jaime trying to, pet her, and then his golden hand gets stuck on her throat?
Like Frankenstein, sort of.
So this is just like a mishap in bed, like a Fairley Brothers movie to you. It's like he gets this thing caught on her.
And she's
And
choked.
he can't take her anywhere because they're both naked and like they'll know that they were together. Anyway, okay, so Fred, I have a couple more. We have two more. So far you're ahead because Jordan's missed one, but you haven't missed any. So Daenerys has the vision of the blue flower growing out of the wall of ice in the House of the Undying.
The blue
TV
flower.
show or both?
I think that was just the book.
That was just the book. Her vision in the House of the Undying on the TV show is some vague ass
She goes out
ash
into the desert,
falling onto a throne or some bullshit.
and then she meets with Khal Drogo, and they have a baby together. Out of
Yeah.
the tent.
The fucking visions in the book are like I don't know, she took
Okay.
40 hits of acid or something and saw so much crazy shit in the book. That's like my favorite topic is the prophecies in the book because they don't really do that in the show.
No.
Well, they have Maggie now at least. They put that in. But there's all sorts of prophecies and shit. Jordan, you're getting this. We need to ask you the last question.
It's like, is it really there? And you're like, touching it.
All right.
It's really 3D.
This one's super easy too. Tyrion and Daenerys discuss her conquest to take Westeros back.
It's the show.
Just the show. Okay. So this one, you guys are gonna go against each other.
I
All right.
You just did that.
Well, now you're gonna like answer at the same time.
Oh, is it like the buzzer?
Well,
You have to make a buzzing sound.
no, just blurt it out.
Okay.
You might tie on a few because it's easy. Because this game's not going to take that long. It's the house words. I'm going to read you house words,
Oh no.
and then you have to tell me what the words, which family they represent.
Okay.
The first one, winter is coming.
Sorry.
Fred gets that point. I like how Jordan froze.
I got really distracted by what he's talking. I don't know what it is, but
Okay, second.
I'm paying attention.
Okay, second house words. Hear me roar.
Lannister.
Lannister. Okay, that was kind of a tie. You guys said it at the same time.
No.
Fred said it quicker, but
Yeah, well, I don't speed up.
no, the points don't matter. This is whose line is it anyway? The third one. Fire and blood. Fire and blood. Think about it. No. What'd you say, Fred?
Targaryen.
Yeah, it's the
Oh,
Targaryens.
duh.
Fire and blood. Okay, now we're getting into some harder ones, okay?
That was hard to.
This one. Growing strong.
Someone with plants. Martell.
Mormont. No?
It's the Tyrell house
That's
words.
what I meant. Jesus.
This next one's fun. Family,
Oh, shit. With the
duty,
bows.
honor. Family, duty, honor. That could be any of them, don't you think? I was laughing when I was looking at this list. I was like, what are these, like, generic ass?
Hey, for the last question,
Yeah.
does it count that I first said someone with plants? Because technically that was the answer.
It was.
Okay. Family duty
You
honor.
get half
That is
a point.
Lysa. That's the fish.
Oh,
What's her last name? What's her maiden name?
What the fuck is her maiden name?
It rhymed.
Tully.
Yeah.
Tully.
Jordan got it.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one. Our blades are sharp.
Bolton.
She got that one. What about we do not sew? We do not sew. Sew with an O, by the way. It's not like we do not sew.
quilters.
It's like
What
the
about
king,
guys?
the bad king made them make a giant quill, and finally
He
they
made
said,
them change their house
"We
words."
do not sew."
It's the ones with the rocks.
The ones with the rocks. It's actually the Greyjoys that we do not sew.
The
That's
ones with
their
the rocks,
phrase.
obviously.
Their house words. Okay, next one. Here we stand.
That's vague.
Think about a character who stands behind another character.
Mormont.
Yep.
Yeah.
He is the quintessential creepy guy standing behind another
He's a
character.
lurker.
Next question. Or next family. I feel like Fred might get this one. I think I put it in here for him, actually. Right conquers might. Fred,
Manderly.
do you know?
Right conquers might.
Yes.
I actually don't know this one.
It's your favorite.
I was guessing
The
Tarts.
Weidmans. It's the Weidman
Oh,
house
okay.
word.
No, I don't.
Okay, then the last one. This is for all of the pennies.
None of them matter. Only this one.
This is the only one that matters. And I put it in here because it's fucking hilarious. Okay? It's so fucking funny. Here's what it is. As high as honor.
As high as
420 blaze it. As high as honor. Who's up high? Come on.
I'm thinking.
Who got that moon door?
What is her name?
I just said that, right?
Oh, Aaron.
Aaron, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You said Tully.
I said
Because
Tully.
Lysa
Fuck.
Tully is married to Sir Aaron. Okay. So that's the trivia round. You guys did good. I'm proud of both of you.
I got some
Don't
questions.
condescend to us.
I didn't keep track, but I think I won in my head.
I feel like we already talked a little bit about the sexual stuff, and because this next topic is controversial topics, we talked a little bit about Jon Snow being alive, so we can skip some of it.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and let's start off. Ben, tell us what are some current topics in Game of Thrones right now, and A Song of Ice and Fire that we might be able to discuss. Do you have any news stories or anything?
Well, the ones I had picked out mostly center on those two specific things.
Jon Snow being alive.
Yeah, and people discussing the sexism in the show.
Can we discuss the spoilers that they're not really they're spoilers, but are they spoilers that are pointing to Jon Snow being alive, all the real life stuff?
I mean,
Kit Harington's
he
contract.
was on a poster.
Yeah, they put him on a fucking poster.
How can you doubt at that point?
He's been seen on set a few times.
It's not even a spoiler,
In this
they're
day
doing
and
it.
age, it's so hard to hide it. I hate the word
you
day
know what?
and age, but yeah.
Every day I wake up and I'm so thrilled that I'm not one of those people who loses their fucking minds over a spoiler, because it must be so hard right now with all this Game of Thrones stuff. Not only that, but the thing about the people, Sansa was seen on set with Ramsay or something. The actors were seen together, and there's also they put a cross up and two major characters are being burnt on it, but we don't know who. So could be Sansa.
Can I tell the podcast something?
Yeah.
All of the boys in this room are sparkly. They're all glittery.
We are very sparkly. That's true, and it's not because you're wearing those great glasses I bought for everyone for Christmas.
So great.
Okay. Well, we talked about Jon Snow and the likelihood of him coming back, the Red Ladies and the Wall, blah blah blah. Any other predictions anybody wants to make for the coming season book? No.
No.
No. Do you think Cersei's gonna have a redemption arc? I feel like she's on her way, but also I don't know.
Who do you think the rightful heir, in the end, who do you think is going to claim the Iron Throne?
Who do you think is going to claim the Iron Throne? That's a good question. Who do I want to claim it is very different than who do I think is actually going to claim it.
Who is that? You start.
My dream is that Arya will take it, and she'll make Sansa head of finance or something, and then Bran's the Pope, and so the Starks are all in power. That's my dream. It's never going to happen.
Right.
Let's be honest, Jon Snow and Daenerys are gonna fuck, and they're gonna have a dragon ice baby, and it's gonna be so insane.
She is barren. And that's what she gets.
I don't know about that. If you're getting fucked by a White Walker, maybe it's different.
Oh, that's a good point.
I don't know. It's magic.
He could have super potent juice.
Remember, there's a point in the books where Daenerys has a dream that she's sleeping with a man made of ice. That she had sex with a man made of ice. I was like, dang. Oh.
I don't remember that.
It happens in the books. Google it.
Google it. Sex
Bing it.
ice.
Bing's actually the official sponsor of this podcast. I should have said Bing it. I'm sorry.
Bing it.
I'm going to edit that out.
My favorite theory is that Jon actually has a twin. Have you heard that one?
Yeah, that Jon's twin could be Mira or Daenerys. There's been a lot of characters thrown around that could be his twin, right?
I think it's really Mira.
Well, I've heard Daenerys too, because Daenerys was born around the same time, but they could have fudged her whole age and all that. I don't know.
Well, no, they're about the same age.
Yeah, they're about the same age. They're 13, 14 when the books start.
Yeah.
God, that's so young to be having sex with a
Queen.
with a
White Walker.
with a
A
Wow.
sexy-
what's the male version of a Khaleesi? A Khal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call.
Oh, Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa, very hot, he's on Drunk History a lot now, so
Is he really?
he's
I
had
need to
he's had a good
watch.
time after
Yeah.
the show.
He's doing the damn thing. They should bring him back.
Have you heard his actual voice?
Maybe. I think so. I don't know.
It was very
I guess not. Not on Drunk History.
It's
Because
much
he's
higher
lip
pitched
syncing.
than you would
It's kind
ever
of
guess.
bizarre.
Ooh.
But he's still beautiful. Like an angel.
I don't
An
care
angel.
how
What
shitty
time
his
is
voice
it? I
is.
don't know why.
It's
What's her name?
it's almost time to wrap things up. So let's go
Okay.
ahead. Let's get to the ending here. Is there any other thoughts on the show
Good God.
that you guys have that you want to say? Anything on the show or the books?
What did you just
Any
say?
other thoughts about the shows or the books that you guys would like to add before we finish the podcast?
Would you like to go first?
No.
Jordan wants to fuck Tywin Lannister. Well, not so much Tywin Lannister as Charles Dance, right?
Yeah.
Charles Dance.
Actually, like all the Lannisters.
You would have sex with all of them.
Yeah.
Would you have a big orgy, like a Lannister orgy?
Yeah, I would because they're into that.
Even the lost uncle,
Even
who's like
with
in
Tommen?
Not the lost uncle.
not the lost
Okay,
uncle.
the children don't count. Is Tommen a child? Not anymore in the show.
Well, he's a king,
They're
so-
technically
He's at least 16.
Baratheons, so
Technically.
they're technically Baratheons.
It's
They
not.
don't count.
It's not illegal if it's with the king.
That's a good point. I'd fuck him too.
You'd fuck Tommen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe when he's of age.
Right. But like, he's pretty.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for a little, he seems so young though. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what age he's supposed to be.
I'm.
Fuckable age.
Ben, you got a crush on Marjorie, don't you?
Oh,
Doesn't
yeah.
have a crush on
Marjorie.
Marjorie.
Oh my god, we did not talk about Marjorie and how much I fucking love her.
She's so great.
She's
and
like-
the actress is so good.
She's conniving like Cersei, but she has a good heart like Tyrion or Arya. It's perfect.
I don't think she has that.
Oh
good
no,
heart.
I
Well, and
was.
she's not as conniving. Cersei's like she is kind of conniving. I guess she's good at.
Oh, she's like
pretending.
number one manipulative, beautiful.
I'm also thinking of all the moments where she's like just being honest because she talks
She
honestly to her
feeds the
brothers.
people and blah blah. She ain't that great. You know what?
I love how there's that whole point of Cold War between Cersei and Tyrion where they just hate each other. And they're always having these like midnight, like they get drunk and yell at each other. Well, they don't like yell at each other, they just like talk very eloquently to each other about how they suck. That part where he's like, I will see your joy turn to ash and you will know that he has risen.
Turn to ash in your mouth.
In your mouth?
Yeah, he said in your mouth. Don't forget that.
Really?
I'll see
Okay.
your
That's
boyfriend
why-
ash in your mouth.
Okay, so let's wrap things up a little
No, wait. Before we wrap it up,
Yeah.
I want us collectively, as a group, to pitch an erotic fan fiction story, Game of Thrones story.
Okay, so why can't we just go with your Brienne Aemon pitch from
No,
earlier?
Go ahead.
Sexy.
Start one sentence at a time. Go ahead.
What? One sentence at a
Just
time?
one sentence.
Okay, so Arya knocks on the red door.
No.
She's already involved. She's just
Chicken.
watching.
Hagar answers, and he's
Who answers?
his hair's in a ponytail.
Who answers?
Jake and Hagar.
Who's-
Her man
The
with
faceless
the
man.
hair.
Oh, the okay, yeah, names.
Yeah, yeah, and he's got a ponytail.
Okay. Arya looks behind him and clearly sees 5 naked boys and 10 naked women. And what's his name again?
Jake and Hagar.
Yeah, Hagar tries to get in front, like, oh no, you didn't see anything. But Aaron, Arya
This is a
clearly
long
saw-
Yeah,
sentence.
it's really long.
Clearly
It's
saw.
at least a run on.
Ben, go ahead.
Okay, Arya's like, what?
And then
That's really out of
And then
character.
Radon Gaybar says,
Okay, boss.
Arya, you came just in time to help me worship the many-assed God. The end.
No, you answer.
No, we need to wrap this up, Fred.
Why?
Because it's been
It's been like an hour and a half almost. So let's wrap it up. Let's get the promos going. Jordan, what would you like to promote? My Daddy's Tentacles, available on Amazon Prime.
What would you like to promote? Fuck you, I'll do it for you.
No, don't look up My Daddy's Tentacles.
What about your Tumblr? Is it alive again after the
I'm
incident?
not promoting that fucking thing either. Let's just keep my.
Just
side
keep your
business
name.
secret.
Just keep the name Jordan Dooms in your memory. You're gonna see some great things.
Yeah, you are.
Eventually.
Yeah. Bigfoot
From-
dick. Likely. What next?
A big foot dick.
A Bigfoot dick.
That's gotta be cute.
But seriously though, Google My Daddy's Tentacles and buy it, right? Just do it. It's a wild ride. My Daddy's Tentacles. What is your pen name? Do you have a pen name?
I'm not gonna tell you that.
Well, you've already said My Daddy's
Good
Tentacles.
luck finding it. I think there's at least 3 of us.
Oh, okay. Alright. There's at least 3 stories named You're gonna get sued by another My Daddy's Tentacles.
I keep saying.
Okay, so Fred, what are you promoting?
I've been debating, should I promote it?
What? I think that you
John
should
Green.
promote your
John Green.
maybe your comic story that you're working on. I thought you were gonna start a Patreon for it, right?
Yeah, I do have a Patreon.
Millennials. Am I right? Or am I?
What a Patreon is.
A Patreon is like a thing you go and like you pay like a monthly fee, and then you get like this person's art or like their writing or whatever each month. They like send it out.
It's more like a donation. Like you see an artist. And
Oh, yeah, I
you
guess it's
wanna
not a
help
fee.
them out, so you give them like $5 a month.
Mm-hmm. A lot of YouTube people and like artists on Tumblr and stuff, and DeviantArt have
Yeah.
them.
I just want to make clear, like everything that I do create stays free. So like you don't pay me to see the art.
Oh,
You pay me so that I can make it.
yeah,
Keep it free.
that's nice. So do you want to talk about it at all, or do we keeping it secret?
No, sure. Like.
What is it?
I'm not ashamed.
Can I talk about it?
Do you have things to say about it?
I have things to say about it that I've enjoyed it so far.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
It is like would you say it's erotic, I guess? Would that be the word to describe it? Or
Yeah.
it's sort of like it's a fan fiction comic about Adventure Time. Fred's pulling it up so you can all see it through your
I'll
speakers.
describe it in detail for the podcast.
I will share it on our page, so if you want to take a look at it, it's really nice. It's not like you're gonna see like Finn's dick or Marceline's like wet pussy. Okay, maybe a little bit. You haven't gotten to that part yet so far that I've read. It's been mostly like them talking about who they want to fuck and whatever.
Yeah, but now there's dicks.
It's very beautiful art, and Fred is such a great artist.
Oh no.
What?
I just remembered that terrible light plug.
What? Oh, the meme I shared of the light plug that had cum in its mouth.
What?
Yeah, it was like an iPhone, like the charger, you know, the box part,
That thing.
and like somebody, I don't even remember what the original thing was, but like, oh, they drew like a scared face on it, so it looked like the mouth was where the USB was, and the face was like, oh. And then somebody drew like actual art of like the USB port being pulled, or the USB thing being pulled out of the port, and there was like cum all over the port,
And drool.
and like it was making that horrified face, like it had just been like forced fellatio.
Oh, that's
Oh my god.
It was graphic. All right, so these were both wonderful writers and artists. Please support them and support their work, and tune in next time because I think we're going to talk about Bob Dylan. So.
Did you really think I was wonderful? Because I kind of thought I was being an asshole.
No, you weren't being like during the interview, or
I was hoping.
You're being an asshole, like.
I mean, there's a little bit of an asshole flavor to you at all times, Fred.
Well, that's because you fucking owe me $9.
I'm sorry. Okay, so if you could all send $9 to Fred's Patreon, that would be great. Thank you guys. We'll see you later.
I won't.
Bye.